Coming up on The Cut, the war between Israel and Hamas has caused the deaths of thousands of Palestinian lives. An update on the conflict and its impact.
Washington, D.C. was packed with protesters for what could be the largest pro-Palestine demonstration in U.S. history. A deeper look inside the event and its impact.
And an ASU legend who passed in 2002 is still being honored. How his legacy has lived on for many years, The Cut starts right now.
Welcome to the Cut Network. I'm Lavanya Paliwal.
And I'm Athena Kehoe.
Because of the immense death toll, Americans have taken notice of what's happening in Gaza, and some have even taken to protesting. Here's Matthew Marengo with more about a mass protest in D.C.
Thank you, Lavanya. On Saturday, November 4th, tens of thousands marched through D.C. in what was one of the largest pro-Palestine demonstrations in U.S. history. In response to the almost 10,000 deaths at the time of the event, Americans from across the country have gathered in protest asking for a ceasefire in Gaza. Many speakers gave their support for Palestine and called for President Biden to end aid being sent to fund Israel's war. They then went on to say that Biden was funding the genocide of the Palestinian people and that this needed to end. Along with many political organizers, British rapper Macklemore decided to take a stand on stage, saying that, quote, "I don't know enough, but I know enough that this is a genocide," end quote. During the event, they also gave a moment of silence to the many lives lost in the tragedies taking place in Gaza. While the event was originally set in Freedom Plaza, the crowd eventually began marching their way towards the White House, where they continued to protest. Although despite this, at the time of recording this, Biden has given no comment. For the Cut Network, I'm Matthew Marengo.
Thank you, Matthew. We'll keep you updated if the White House responds to the protest.
A century-old Jewish fire brigade is finding ways to help in the Israel and Palestine conflict. Here's Cut reporter Abby Jurek to tell us more about their process.
Thank you, Athena. When news broke on the 7th of October that Hamas had attacked Israel, members of New York's Ner Tamid Society, a fraternal organization for Jewish employees of the New York Fire Department, came together to make change. Every week, they meet to connect members with programs that collect money and send supplies to aid Israel. Chief Klein, 37, who was a paramedic in Manhattan, even added that many members had expressed a desire to go overseas to help. Klein said, quote, "History has taught us that there are things people are going to say about Israel, and it's our responsibility to be an ambassador." Founded in 1926 as a brotherhood for a minority group in a dangerous line of work, Ner Tamid includes about 200 Jewish firefighters, paramedics, dispatchers, and inspectors. However, it is now growing in size and visibility due to the recent conflicts in Israel. Members support one another's career advancement, represent the department at public events, celebrate Jewish holidays together, and offer comradeship when needed. Translating to Eternal Flame, Ner Tamid has started a weekly Torah study held over the phone, and there has been talk of a Shabbat weekend as well. Ner Tamid, like many other Jewish organizations, has been a source of mutual support for members during these difficult times of the Israel-Hamas war. Emergency responder Lieutenant Englard said, quote, "Our job as a society is to support people in whatever way they need." For the Cut Network, I'm Abby Jurek.
Thank you, Abby, for the information.
Former President Donald Trump took the witness stand in a civil fraud case in New York. During his testimony, Trump launched into bombastic rhetoric attacking the New York Attorney General who brought the case and the judge overseeing the trial. He repeatedly referred to the case as a political witch hunt and made charged remarks about the judge, who had clashed with Trump throughout the trial. The case, brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James, seeks $250 million in damages from Trump and aims to bar him from doing business in the state. Trump also faced questions about property valuations and loans central to the case.
Michigan football coach staff members are getting interviewed by NCAA investigators for a potential sign-stealing scheme. The Big Ten Conference also warned Michigan of potential discipline from the conference, despite the investigation still in process. The Wolverines are currently undefeated this season. The NCAA has rules against in-person scouting of opponents and using electronic equipment to steal signs. The potential for a court fight has increased, and the investigation is still in process.
Aurora, Colorado police officer Nathan Woodyard has been acquitted of all charges in 2019 killing of Elijah McClain. McClain, a black man, was approached by police while walking home from a convenience store, and the encounter led to his death. The case gained national attention during the aftermath of George Floyd's murder, sparking protests against police use of force. Woodyard had been charged with criminally negligent homicide and reckless manslaughter. Despite the acquittal, the pursuit of justice for McClain continues, and other individuals involved in his death are also facing legal proceedings.
The late ASU legend Pat Tillman was honored for not only his excellence on the football field, but also his impressive accomplishments throughout his life. Cut reporter Chase Westberg is here with more on the story. Chase?
Thank you, Athena. With Veterans Day weekend nearing, an ASU hero was remembered this week, celebrating what would have been his 47th birthday. Pat Tillman, a born leader, attended ASU to major in marketing and earned a scholarship to play for the football team as a linebacker. He was able to lead the Sun Devils to the Rose Bowl after an undefeated season in 1997. After Tillman graduated, he played for the Cardinals and returned to ASU to earn a master's in history. He also earned several awards for his academic excellence. His passion wasn't just in his work as a student or a football player. He wanted to serve the country. In 2002, Tillman walked away from his NFL contract to enlist in the U.S. Army. 2 years later in Afghanistan, his team and him were conducting a vehicle patrol when Tillman was suddenly detached and was killed by friendly fire. Due to the loss, the family and friends created the Pat Tillman Foundation to honor him and to support current students financially. With what would have been his 47th birthday, we still honor his legacy at ASU, his time with the Cardinals, and his willingness to fight for this country. The number 42 still stands with us today. Thank you for your bravery, Pat, and thank you for all that served this country. For the Cut Network, I'm Chase Westberg.
Thank you, Chase. It's amazing to see that Pat's legacy will continue to inspire the culture at ASU. An American YouTuber who goes by the name of Mr. Beast has built 100 wells across Africa. The wells will provide clean drinking water to hundreds of thousands of people in various communities. However, the YouTube video is receiving some backlash. Some Kenyan politicians and activists say this makes the Kenyan government look bad. Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, expected this reaction and posted on X that he stands by what he did and will always use his platform to help people.
Tyson Foods is recalling approximately 30,000 pounds of dino-shaped chicken nuggets due to reports of small metal pieces found in the patties. The recall pertains to 29-ounce plastic bag packages containing frozen, fully cooked nuggets with the best if used by date of September 4, 2024. These products were sold in several U.S. states. While there has been one minor oral injury reported, no other harm has been reported. Consumers who have these recalled nuggets are advised to discard or return them.
I seriously think I have those in my freezer as we speak right now.
No.
Yeah, I did not hear about this.
You should return them and get your money back.
I know. I gotta go back. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for tuning into the Cut Network.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @thecut_network and on Twitter, @thecut_ASU. Have a good night.